you join us in the back of our Land Rover Defender 90, and it's a lovely place to be. It's got all sorts of space. We've got the big windows, the alpine windows, the sunroof, but when we get the youth in here, there are unsatisfactory noises coming from the rear. Apparently we haven't got enough USB charging, because apparently they need to charge their phone and charge their battery back up, and because of fear of running out of charge, apparently it's a thing. It's like driving a Tesla, but for a youth. Right, so when I got my Stig Defender back in 2020, in those, gosh, that's a long time ago now, it came with 4 ports in the back, and we had cigarette lighters and USBs and everything, and we were delighted. But this new 90, we are lucky to have 2, because there is a shortage of components that has resulted in lack of supply of some of these USBs. But we got 2, which is more than we got with the higher spec Model X that we had. People have said, I want all 4. Now, there isn't the Loom. We've done the video where we've taken all the console apart, and I'll put the link to that somewhere there. You can take all this off, but it's quite a palaver, really. So you can remove the blank. Now, my blanks are already removed, but they literally just pop out, because I had to give the blanks back with my other car because I'd moved it all about and stuff. But because actually I'd put extra power sockets, but I didn't want to give those back to Land Rover. So I whooped them out, but I'd given the blanks to someone else who wanted to give his car back without the extra USBs. But anyway, that's another story. So I've removed my blanks, and we are going to try and fit these extras. Now, there isn't a 4-way loom behind there. There used to be a 4-way loom, so you could put them, but now they only do a 2-way. Better do it that way around. They only do a 2-way loom. So we've devised this Y splitter, which 1 can become 2. So we'll have a look in a minute, because it's a bit dark and dingy. But basically what we will find is we'll have, I've got a little collection of USBs. Look, you can get USB A's, USB C's, and the cigarette lighter. Look, you can get all these, and they all fit with a similar plug, right? So when we unplug this in a minute, we're going to take this out, we will find there's a plug like so. Now, you have to be a bit careful, because this plug has got a little, it's got a little extra square on here, and we had to struggle to find the right connector. We had to get this connector. Let me see, or maybe we'll hold this up here, Kate. Can you hold that there? So you'll see there, look, it's got an extra square in the corner where my rather dirty fingernail is, right? And then you see you need the corresponding little chunk out of the connector, or when you go to plug it, it won't plug in. In fact, this one is the other way round, look, because this is the other type, but the one on the car is the other way round. So we will have to make sure you get the right type of connector. But on the other end, we've put the connectors that aren't, so they haven't got any blocks, so they will fit to all of these type of things. Right, so let's have a look, shall we? Right, put that light back down, or back down there, we'll see. Oh gosh, let's have a go. Right, now these come out, and you can pull them out, and I will show you how to do that in a minute. And then there's a little lug on here where you have to press that bit there. Ooh, I'm trying to do it and film it, and the light is rubbish. Okay, and that comes out. Now, if we look at this one, see how much light we got there. Oh, you might have to pick the light up, Kate. Yeah, you'll see that the actual square block is on this side here, and that is right for the loom we've made. Okay, so this is for the Defender, so you can put that loom in. Okay, there, and that all clicks, and that's all solid. And we've now got 2. Now, the trick is now you've got to get this one out of this hole. So the best way I found to do it is to fold that one back on itself, right, push it in, right, so it goes through, and then you have to use your little finger to sort of poke him back up. You don't want to let the other one go. This is a little like one of those little Christmas cracker quizzes, really, and you need small little fingers. But I did do it earlier, off camera. Right, so you can actually flick it and get it round. I just did that. We had a little meltdown on the camera. And then what you can do is you can then put your original one back. So let's get this the right way up. Okay, he says getting it the wrong way up. Okay, and that should then click into there, like so. And then we can put that back in, right? But you want to hold that one. There you go. That clicks back in. And then if we look up there, Kate, which one should we pick? Should we have the old school cigarette lighter? Yeah. Right, now I don't know which way up he goes. Right, so let's just check he can put in. Now, one cautionary note. Now, if you actually put a cigarette lighter, like a lighter socket in there, you might find it takes. Now, oh yeah, this was the problem we had before. I bought these second hand on eBay, and hold on, which way are they gonna?
Oh no.
And no, it's because what they've got is they've got a flat on the. Let's have a look up here. Let's grab that light again, Kate. Right, so there is a flat. You see where they put this label? When you look side on, this is flat. And what you've got to do is when you look at the hole, the flat is in the bottom.
Oh yeah, bottom corner.
Bottom left-hand corner. So I've got to work out where the flat bit is, which will probably be where the label is, and that has then got to be in the bottom left-hand corner. So that's down there. So the flap is right, but the writing is upside down. There we go. So we now have like a 12-volt. He's a bit funny, isn't he? Right then. But we will put the proper ones on the website. Now, the bit I didn't show you, which is the tricky bit, is how do you get this first one out? Now, I've sort of scratched this cover, so put some masking tape or something. But the clips on these, back of these, are absolutely brutal. And you've got to sort of get under here. Sorry, it's all a bit tricky to film. We would have folded the seats down, but they're impossible to fold down to any viewing angle. Right, there you go. So I'm in behind it, and you have to fiercely. I didn't want these to come out. God blimey. Right. I might have to leave you to struggle on your own. But there you go. That's one side, and you need to do the other side. But it is brutal. I'm warning you. And then you have to fish out. When you pull it out, pull out the. Let me. Oh, let's have a bit of light on me. This is a terrible video. I apologise. So you have to fish out. Don't let it go. Put the lead on. Now, don't go put in the old school cigarette lighter. Does anyone smoke? Does anyone smoke in their car anymore? Don't use that because it will probably draw too much current. And what we've now done is we've had one supply cable going to two. So we are at risk, but very, very minor risk, because the fuse is rated at 10 amps, which will protect the wire. So there is a chance if you got too greedy with the power, you could blow the fuse. But I think it's never going to happen in reality unless you start using ridiculous high power things. So if you're only using it for charging phones, cameras and stuff, you'll be fine. Right, so there we go. Why split a loom? You will need obviously two looms if you want to go from 2 to 4. We'll get those on the website.